How long has it been since you last heard the real story about the death of Malcolm Jamal Warner? Stop for a moment, because what has just been revealed about the final moments of Malcolm Jamal Warner's life isn't just a shocking twist. No, this is a real explosion, a secret that has been buried for years, finally being exposed. A story full of surprises, pieces no one has ever revealed, and now everything is coming to light. What you're about to hear will make you rethink everything you thought you knew about this man. This is not the story you think you know. And behind all these secrets, can you guess who's involved? Phylicia Rashad. That's right, the beloved and respected TV mom, who has been adored by the world, has now decided to break her silence after all these years. She's not just revealing a truth that may shock you, but also pulling back the curtain on betrayals. Dark truths no one expected. Phylicia Rashad has ignited a real storm, and you won't believe what she's sharing. So what really happened? Are you ready to face the truth? Leave a comment with 1 if you empathize with Malcolm Jamal Warner, or 0 if you have a different opinion. If his legacy ever touched you, show your gratitude by hitting like and subscribing so you won't miss the shocking revelations coming up next. What did she see that left her so stunned? That's a question we're all asking ourselves as every event surrounding the final moments of Malcolm's life has become hazy and confusing. What makes it even harder to believe is why Hollywood is suddenly pretending like nothing happened. Why is everyone who once knew Malcolm staying silent? Yes, this man not only faced the common struggles of life but also endured deep suffering that no one knew about. The burnt letters, the deleted voicemails, they all carry a suspicious sign that many can't explain. But the most important thing is still the second voice recording that Malcolm left behind. Now that the voice has been revealed, the story of dark secrets is gradually being exposed, and we can't help but wonder if everything that happened was part of a larger plan that we haven't been able to fully grasp. Phylicia, the woman who witnessed it all, has now come forward to share a part of the truth that only she has known for many years. What happened to Malcolm, the disappearance of crucial evidence, and the fact that a part of the audio recording of his final words was hidden. None of this can be just a coincidence. This story isn't just a simple tragedy, but a curtain concealing the truths behind the scenes. And now, with Phylicia's recounting, we can finally see a clearer picture of a man who was once put in a world of unspeakable things. This is truly what happened behind closed doors when there were no cameras and a broken heart couldn't be mended. So buckle up, because this is not a light story. This is a funeral and eulogy and a receipt all rolled into one. And if you thought the drama was over, no, it has just returned from the dead. Let's go back 72 hours before the shocking death of Malcolm Jamal Warner. In his final days, Malcolm's behavior was more than just tired. It was profoundly strange. He not only locked his phone, but also placed it in a fireproof safe, unplugged his smart TV, and scribbled in a leather-bound notebook as if he were preparing a confession. These actions were completely out of character and raised serious questions about the deeper reasons behind them. They weren't simply signs of fatigue, but the acts of a person with a heavy burden on their mind. While all these strange signs were unfolding, Phylicia Rashad appeared. Make no mistake, she is the charming TV queen we all know and love, but behind closed doors, she was more than just a close friend. She was on a special mission that Malcolm had begged her to keep secret, a crucial task, possibly a secret that only she and Malcolm understood. In this moment, Phylicia became the only person Malcolm trusted to share what he couldn't tell anyone else. According to a deleted message revealed by someone claiming to be Phylicia's former assistant, Malcolm called her late at night in a panicked, breathless state. He repeated a single sentence, "They know I know, and they're going to make sure I never say it." These words, full of anxiety and fear, clearly indicate that Malcolm felt he was being watched, controlled, and threatened by powerful forces he couldn't confront. This statement leaves many unanswered questions. Who are they? How could a strong man like Malcolm feel so pressured? Why did he believe that there were people who wanted to stop him from sharing the truth he knew? We have continued to delve into the story and discovered that the they Malcolm mentioned could include highly influential figures in the entertainment industry. They could be studio executives, powerful network lawyers, or even former actors who were involved in these secretive deals. The connections between these individuals create a complex and murky picture, as they seem to be behind the cover-up and are preventing Malcolm from revealing the secrets behind the industry. This story is gradually becoming not just a personal tragedy, but part of a larger conspiracy where unseen forces are quietly manipulating and controlling everything from the shadows. Phylicia was with Malcolm just one day before he died. It wasn't just a text or a call. She went directly to his house, an unusual action given the stressful events Malcolm was going through. Video from a neighbor's Ring camera, which mysteriously disappeared just 2 days later, is the only evidence that she arrived at 3:47 a.m. This scene, though captured for only a brief moment, has led everyone involved to ask, why was she there at that time, and what was in the envelope she was carrying? Phylicia appeared in a black coat, as if she intentionally chose dark clothing to avoid attracting attention. But what confused people even more was the sealed envelope she was carrying. Everything became even murkier when this video, which was recorded and believed by many to contain crucial evidence, suddenly vanished without a trace. Did the envelope contain important documents? And why was it necessary to conceal Phylicia's appearance at this critical moment? These questions remain unanswered, adding to the mystery surrounding Malcolm Jamal Warner's death. Why did Phylicia only stay for 19 minutes? And why, immediately afterward, did Malcolm send a single message to his sister with a strange instruction? If anything happens, start with her. These questions not only confused his family, but also created an unexplainable curiosity about the true reason for this brief meeting. We followed Malcolm's instructions and began to investigate, and our investigation revealed a crucial detail. Phylicia made 3 anonymous calls that night to a phone number linked to a shell company which is connected to a well-known former entertainment lawyer. These calls make everything more ambiguous than ever as we begin to realize that things are not as simple as they appear. Less than 24 hours after that meeting, Malcolm was found unconscious at his home with a strange scene surrounding him. Unopened letters were scattered everywhere, the front door was unlocked, and all the mirrors in the house were covered with black cloth. Sources say the scene resembled a ritual, almost like a sophisticated setup that could have been prepared in advance. The abnormality in how everything unfolded, from Phylicia's appearance for only 19 minutes to the bizarre scene inside the house, led investigators to suspect that everything had been carefully planned, creating a dark and mysterious picture surrounding the death of Malcolm Jamal Warner. Malcolm's last call on his phone wasn't to 911, but to a strange house in Burbank, which raised questions about his death. The question we all have to ask is, why would someone in a life-threatening situation choose to call a non-emergency address instead of emergency services? This not only makes us ponder the true cause behind Malcolm's death, but also makes us realize that there may be some factor beyond our control influencing everything. If you think this was just a simple accident or a peaceful passing, you might have to reconsider your perspective on the entire event. Malcolm's final message, recorded in a memo and labeled "Don't Let Them Lie," was leaked by someone claiming to be a former intern at the production company. This recording contains words that many believe to be warnings or truths Malcolm was about to face, which not only adds to the mystery surrounding his death, but also sparks an ongoing public outcry. The messages in this memo raise even more questions about the forces or individuals who might have interfered in Malcolm's life before his passing, leading to a deeper and more dramatic investigation into secrets we never knew. In the recording, Malcolm's voice trembled as he said, "If this gets out, it means they got me. I didn't fall, I didn't overdose, I didn't give up." These words, full of urgency and fear, clearly show that Malcolm felt he was being watched and surrounded by forces he couldn't escape. "They'll say I did it. They always do," he said, as if he had accepted that what he knew would never be heard by the world. And then, after saying these words, he was gone. However, the strange thing is that Malcolm's death didn't end there. Phylicia Rashad came back this time for a second time, and her appearance right after the paramedics arrived on the scene made everything even more mysterious. Phylicia Rashad visited again, but this time everything had changed. A paramedic at the scene reportedly told investigators that Phylicia asked to enter the house before Malcolm's body was moved. She said she had a spiritual responsibility to retrieve a private item. When asked what it was, Phylicia whispered, "It's something he left behind." These words not only added to the mystery surrounding Malcolm's death, but also created a wave of suspicion about what really happened in his final hours. What item did she want to retrieve, and why was it so important? These questions only make the story more complex and full of unanswered questions. Then she walked out holding the same tattered envelope and clutching a flash drive taped with the label Cosby Footage. This not only made everything even more ambiguous, but also made us realize that what she was carrying was no ordinary document. Baby, this isn't a Lifetime movie with dramatic fictional stories. This is reality. It's a real movie where all of Hollywood's dark secrets are being exposed. The dark door of the entertainment industry is slowly opening, and we are all standing at the threshold facing a truth we never imagined. The pieces of this story are slowly connecting, and it's not like any story you've ever heard. And just when you think this story couldn't get any deeper, any more chilling, prepare yourself, because the real story is only just beginning. The chilling footage of Malcolm's final moments is about to be revealed, and the details that were once only speculated are now about to become the truth. This is not just a revelation about his death, but a shock to all those who thought they knew the full story about this industry. Every secret that's been hidden for so long will now be exposed, and all of us will witness a significant shift in the way we view Hollywood. The final pieces are starting to fall into place, and a story full of untold surprises is slowly unfolding. Social media has suddenly become a real crime scene. Hashtags like "What happened?" to Malcolm Nas Rashad knows, and even our murder cover-up have quickly taken over every platform, spreading at lightning speed. The online community can no longer stay silent, and all attention is now focused on the details that have yet to be revealed. Phylicia Rashad, who had previously chosen silence, is no longer trying to hide anything. She's starting to share things that were once only speculated, and this is the turning point that is making everyone sit up and take notice. But the most shocking part is the deleted interview she did for an anonymous YouTube channel called Black Room Confessionals. The interview aired for only 43 minutes before it was mysteriously taken down, but before it was deleted, over 2 million people had screen-recorded cut and reposted the video across multiple platforms with bizarre captions. Viewers felt as though Phylicia had accidentally revealed too much, as if she had slipped up and exposed secrets that only a few people knew. This video became the focal point of discussions, with people endlessly analyzing her every word, trying to uncover the hidden truths behind the words of someone once believed to have kept all secrets tightly guarded. In the video, Phylicia sits calmly and composed in a candlelit room, creating a heavy and mysterious atmosphere. The house she sits in looks like a brownstone in Harlem, with ancient walls and dim lighting. She looks directly at the camera, and in a calm yet deeply suggestive voice, Phylicia says, "Malcolm was tired, but he wasn't allowed to die that night. Someone made sure he wouldn't say anything anymore. I'm sorry." These words not only stir surprise, but also prompt viewers to question the events that remain untold. Her statement feels like a powerful declaration, yet also full of ambiguity, making everyone reflect on what truly happened. Now, with those words spoken, the story becomes even more intense. The comment section beneath the video immediately erupts. Some fans praise Phylicia for her bravery in speaking the truth, while others criticize her, calling her guilty, accusing her of complicating matters even more. But then, something truly shocking happens. At the 38th minute of the video, Phylicia whispers something that everyone has to turn down the volume to hear clearly. She mutters, "He has evidence in the envelope, that's why they came early." These words make everything even more ambiguous than ever, sparking a powerful wave of suspicion and further fueling the curiosity of the online community. The story has never been so complicated and full of hidden meanings. Who came early, and what is really going on? These questions begin to rise as everything grows more obscure. According to an anonymous source said to be someone familiar with Malcolm's final project, he had planned to release a series of voice memos to expose shady dealings within the elite circles of black entertainment. These memos contain undeniable truths about what's really happening behind the glittering facade of the entertainment industry. And these words aren't just accusations. They are important clues that those involved have been trying to conceal. The memos also include an enigmatic account related to the production budget of The Cosby Show, one of the most influential television programs in history. The issue goes beyond the spending on the show, touching on opaque financial transactions made to protect the interests of a select few. This information will shock not only those within the industry, but also the public, who had no idea that what they were watching on screen might be hiding such dark secrets. A screenshot is currently circulating online, showing a direct message between Malcolm and a well-known journalist in Hollywood sent just a few days before his death. The message reads, "I need to take it down soon before they find out I've copied it." While short, this message carries a deep implication, leaving everyone who had contact with Malcolm wondering about the secrets he was holding. The big question is, who is they, and what did he copy? These signs, while seemingly just a casual conversation, carry an undeniable tension, suggesting that Malcolm had discovered something important that he felt needed to be concealed or at least kept from public view. Once this message was leaked, it quickly spread like wildfire as a hot topic in gatherings and conversations among industry insiders. It became a lively discussion point, causing those who had worked with Malcolm to wonder if he was preparing to reveal something that shouldn't be known. The words in the message not only caused confusion, but also sparked a wave of suspicion about its possible connection to Malcolm's sudden death. The more people got involved, the more the web of questions expanded, and the story of what truly happened before his death grew more complex and harder to explain than ever. A Reddit thread titled "Malcolm's Envelope Theory" exploded as someone began investigating who entered Malcolm's apartment the night before he died. What raised the most questions was a mysterious 17-minute gap in the building's hallway surveillance footage, which created doubt about what really happened during that time. People quickly zoomed in on the footage, analyzing every detail as if it were a dramatic documentary. Some speculated it could be Phylicia, while others suspected it might be an assistant who was bribed. No one can say for sure, but the doubts surrounding who entered Malcolm's apartment are growing stronger by the day. If you're also curious about these suspicions, don't forget to hit like and subscribe so you don't miss the upcoming revelations. Although there are no clear answers yet, what we do know for sure is that when the police arrived, there was no sign of forced entry into Malcolm's home. However, there is one very suspicious detail. All the drawers in the apartment were wide open, and Malcolm's safe was completely empty. This scene only deepens the suspicion about what happened during Malcolm's final moments. Investigators were left bewildered by these unexplainable signs, and these details have sparked a wave of speculation, making the story even more mysterious and complex than ever before. And did I mention that the Los Angeles Police Department has yet to release the autopsy results? They say the delay is due to a backlog in toxicology tests, but this only signals that someone is hiding something. She recounts that 2 weeks before his death, Malcolm confided in her. He told her that if anything happened to him, she should check a storage unit in Silver Lake. When TMZ reporters arrived there 3 days later, the storage unit had been completely emptied. All the records were gone. Neighbors reported hearing a truck at 4:47 a.m. carrying 2 men in police uniforms, looking worried and constantly glancing over their shoulders. While everything grows increasingly mysterious, Phylicia was spotted in New York the morning after Malcolm's death. She entered a brownstone house in Harlem, and shortly afterward, her sister Debbie Allen appeared as well. This image, which might have seemed like a regular sight, only added to the strangeness when paparazzi discovered they were speaking with a man in a long coat. The big question everyone has to ask is, who is this man? According to reports, paparazzi believe he works in crisis management. But what makes things even more perplexing is, what crisis are we talking about? Why was there a need for an outsider to appear at this moment, and why was the intervention of a crisis management expert required? The pieces of this story just don't fit together, and every detail seems deliberately hidden. The suspicions grow even larger when we notice the illogical calculations. Why were Phylicia and Debbie in New York so soon after Malcolm's death? And why were they meeting with a mysterious man who could be linked to a crisis whose cause no one understands? Things become even more complicated as each detail seems like an incomplete puzzle piece, causing constant questions to be raised, and the truth remains shrouded in darkness. Don't forget that Malcolm had just filmed a documentary revealing the entire story, titled The Price of Silence, set to air later this year. This was a major project expected to unveil truths never before revealed about what happens behind the scenes in the entertainment industry. However, what shocked us all was the network's sudden cancellation of the film with no explanation. The official reason hasn't been released, but industry insiders suggest it might be due to legal concerns, factors no one wants to make public at this time. Nonetheless, there's a rumor causing a stir that the footage is now caught in a dispute between Malcolm's estate and a mysterious third party who is demanding full rights to the film. These rumors only add to the complexity and secrecy of the situation, with everything related to the film, from its content to ownership, now a hotly debated topic. This only makes the story more mysterious and unpredictable, as no one knows exactly who is truly controlling this documentary and what it will reveal about the truth behind Malcolm's death. Folks, do we smell a cover-up? This whole thing reeks of expired Hollywood contracts and unwashed wigs. Everything seems to be hidden behind the polished facade of the entertainment industry. Every detail, every event from Malcolm's sudden death to the suspicions surrounding those involved, all paint a picture that can only be perceived as one of deception and manipulation. But hold on, the game isn't over yet. We haven't reached the end, and perhaps the truth still hasn't been fully revealed. Just when you think Phylicia Rashad will give in or remain silent, she does the unthinkable. She personally shows up at Malcolm's family's private prayer meeting, and the entire room goes still. Her unexpected appearance thickens the air with tension. This wasn't just a regular appearance. It was a deliberate act causing everyone in the room to feel the weight of the situation. The story doesn't stop here, and with every step Phylicia takes, we move further into a mystery that grows more confusing and tangled. And just when you think this circus couldn't get any darker, boom, the final moments of Malcolm Jamal Warner bring a bombshell so heavy that even the ghost of Bill Cosby must shudder. Because now this story is no longer just about shady hospital visits and chilling confessions on set. No, it escalates even further. Buckle up, because the final pieces are falling into place, and they are tinged with betrayal silence and a final voicemail that was never meant to be heard. The end of days. The end of days. Phylicia Rashad didn't just stumble upon Malcolm's secret. Who gave it to her? An anonymous nurse from Cedars-Sinai who claims she witnessed everything. She says that when Malcolm was brought into the hospital that night, he whispered that they shouldn't let them near him until two men in suits allegedly authorized to enter his room without admission papers were allowed in. Malcolm kept whispering that things were not as they seemed, and it was never a suicide. When Phylicia finally searched through Malcolm's personal belongings, she found a locked iPad, an old notebook, and a flash drive. These items were not just ordinary personal effects, but seemed to hold deep secrets that Malcolm had tried to hide. However, what truly shocked her was what she found on the flash drive. When she opened the drive, what appeared made her stagger. An indescribable feeling washed over her. These discoveries were not just hidden truths, but they could change everything she and others knew about Malcolm. According to a source close to the Rashad family, inside that flash drive was an audio file simply labeled Phylicia's Final Edit. The name seemed to carry a much greater meaning than anyone could have imagined. Why would an audio file bear Phylicia's name, and why was it hidden in Malcolm's drive? These questions not only arouse curiosity, but also open up an untold story. This audio file could be the key to understanding what really happened in Malcolm's final moments, and it might reveal a part of the truth that Hollywood has been trying to keep secret. The 22-minute recording is described as an emotional and paranoid breakdown of a man who knows everything around him is slowly collapsing. Malcolm talks about being watched, being blacklisted, and threats from a larger force that he could not fight against. He also reveals a secret production budget related to the royalties of The Cosby Show, a sum of money that mysteriously vanished without a trace. Every word he says shows his despair, as if he realized that his career and life were being manipulated by forces beyond his control. All these details serve as both a warning and a cry for help. And in the most notable statement, Malcolm affirms, "If anything happens to me, start with Bill, but don't stop there." These words are not just a warning, but also open a door to doubts about the truths Malcolm was trying to reveal. Why Bill? And why did he want people to start there? These questions not only cause those close to Malcolm to ponder, but also create a massive wave in the community where the dark secrets of the entertainment industry are slowly being uncovered. The story becomes even more complicated when 3 days after the recording was leaked, a break-in occurred at Phylicia Rashad's Harlem brownstone. However, what's strange is that instead of taking anything valuable, the intruder only took one file. The evidence left behind shows that the drawers were opened, and the piano in the living room was slightly pushed out of place as if someone had hurriedly searched for something. What's even more surprising is that when the police arrived at the scene, they made no arrests and labeled it as a possible maintenance accident. A maintenance accident, just a broken piano and randomly opened drawers, hard to believe. As soon as Phylicia began to act and reveal the truths, she knew an anonymous real estate manager with ties to the Cosby family sent a letter demanding that she stop using the Warner family's internal documents without permission. These documents may contain important secrets about Malcolm, and now Cosby's camp is no longer just on the sidelines, but has started to hold part of the truth about what happened to him. This only complicates things further as we now face powerful forces that could control everything in the shadows. The big question now is, are Malcolm's final words now bound by Hollywood's cumbersome bureaucratic procedures and non-disclosure agreements? Did all that Malcolm tried to reveal and share before his death get suffocated by vague contracts and opaque agreements? These questions not only relate to Malcolm personally, but also open up a larger issue about power control and what people are willing to do to protect the truth from being concealed in the entertainment industry. Meanwhile, social media, especially Twitter, quickly became a real crime scene where people debated and came up with theories about Malcolm's death. Hashtags like Justice for Malcolm and Rashad Knows became hot discussion topics not just in online communities, but also in daily conversations among fans and those curious about the truth behind what happened. People continued to speculate about the unresolved mysteries, and those involved making social media an unavoidable space when discussing this story. Stories surrounding what Phylicia knew about Malcolm and the Cosby family are being analyzed and dissected on Reddit, where strange theories are beginning to emerge. Some believe the ticking clock in the recording Malcolm left behind is not just an ordinary sound, but a deep metaphor, or even a real countdown pointing to a significant event about to happen. These theories not only add complexity to the story, but also stir a mental investigation within the online community, as everyone tries to decode the signs and messages Malcolm left behind. No one knows for sure, but one thing is certain: this story is not over. Just this morning, the famous lawyer and whistleblower Devin Treadwell posted a mysterious story on Instagram, sparking a wave of doubt and speculation everywhere. In this story, he asserted that Malcolm was not delusional as many had thought. In fact, he believes Malcolm came early and he needs to be better understood. These words from Devin Treadwell are not just a simple statement, but a strong warning, causing all those following this story to rethink what they know about Malcolm's death. It opens a new door to truths yet to be revealed, and his words are making the forces Malcolm once faced fearful. This is not just a mic drop, but an earthquake that shakes everything we thought we knew about the American television family we grew up with. The hidden messages behind Devin Treadwell's words are not only disrupting the picture we once saw, but also creating a public uproar, making everyone question if everything is really as we've been told. The story of Malcolm and the secrets he left behind is now not only a personal tragedy, but a broader revelation about what is happening in the entertainment industry. Devin Treadwell's words have ignited a major debate, and perhaps this is just the beginning of what's to come. So is Phylicia safe? Is she being threatened? Or will the secrets she holds make her the next target? Has Malcolm's file been tampered with? Or is everything being hidden behind complex legal procedures that we cannot access? The question about Lisa Bonet is no less important. Will she ever speak out about what she knows, or will she continue to stay silent about these secrets? Is there a piano file cabinet full of Hollywood secrets out there where all the truths are carefully concealed, waiting for the right moment to be revealed? These questions remain unanswered, and the silence from certain parties only increases the growing suspicions. And amid all this, a trembling, fragmented voice, impossible to ignore, whispers into the air. Don't let them get close to me, because sometimes the most evil ones don't hide in the dark. These words echo like a warning, opening up an entirely new dimension to the story. It seems that we've only scratched the surface of a massive iceberg, where every event, every question could lead to more chilling discoveries. Who will be the next to confront the truth? And who will continue to remain silent to protect themselves? These questions remain unanswered, but they are pushing the story down unpredictable paths. They hide in non-governmental organizations, period. And that's it. Those are the last words, simple yet carrying a profound truth that no one expected. The story of Malcolm Jamal Warner's final moments is not just a personal tragedy. It's also a calculated cover-up carried out strategically. The secrets he carried, things that were never revealed, are now beginning to surface. Everything we thought we knew about Malcolm's death is now cloaked in a complex and confusing veil. And when Phylicia Rashad finally speaks out, no longer in silence but with a voice full of truth, the entire internet is shaken. Phylicia, who had previously chosen silence, has now decided to break the patience that has lasted for years. She's not just an insider anymore. Now she's the one voicing what everyone has been waiting for. And when she speaks, no one can ignore it. What's been revealed has shaken social media, making everyone stop and rethink what they thought they knew. The internet was immediately rocked, with millions rushing to understand, speculate, and debate what she shared. This is a major turning point in the story, as secrets are unveiled, and we are just beginning to face the long-hidden truths. So let's ask the million-dollar question. What else are they hiding? Was Malcolm a threat to those in power? Did Phylicia wait too long to speak out, or was she forced into silence all this time? And why did the heart attack occur right after he tried to meet someone from the Obama Foundation? The timelines don't match up, and you know it. This is not just a simple Hollywood tragedy. This is an all-encompassing cover-up, and we've only scratched the surface. So if you're tired of shady insiders, fake tributes, and the lies they want us to swallow, don't scroll past this video. Leave a comment with a 1 if you empathize with Malcolm Jamal Warner, or a 0 if you have a different opinion. Hit that like button if you're fed up with these manipulations, and don't forget to subscribe, because this secret goes deep and we've only just begun. One thing is for sure, Malcolm's voice may have faded, but this story is still screaming. Stay tuned so you don't miss a thing. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next videos.